I make the bitches hit the floor for keys. Yeah.
Travis got it here, and I'm back with some more boxing. We got the upcoming fight between Keith One Time Thurman and Showtime Shawn Porter coming up on June the 25th. They talking about having that fight at the Barclays. I don't know where they gonna have it for sure. But one thing's for sure. They ain't gonna have it in Uncasville, Connecticut. And guess why we not gonna see that fight on March the 12th? And we didn't see that fight on March the 12th in Connecticut. Because Keith One Time Thurman got scared. That's why we ain't seeing the fight. The same way that he got scared when Mayweather was like, look, man, I'll vacate a title to let you fight for it. And you know Mayweather is coming with them Mayweather paydays. If Mayweather is saying your name, cha-ching, you could take that shit to the bank. But Keith Thurman wasn't having that shit. He was like, look, man, he's too green for me to go and get your belt. He's too green for me to go and get that payday. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fight Luis Collazo, get fucked up, go into hiding, and not fight nobody for an entire year. That's what Keith Thurman did. Instead of fighting green-ass Errol Spence. If he was so green, you should have went and got that motherfucking money. You should have went and got that motherfucking belt. But he was too green for you to go and pick that shit up. And then Luis Collazo was over the hill when Amir Khan beat his ass. But he wasn't over the hill when he fought you a year later. He's a year older. What the fuck happened, Keith? What happened? Got fucked up to the body and had to run and shit. And then you started acting humble. And then you just went into hiding completely. Like, fuck it. Change your number. Motherfuckers couldn't get in contact with you. That's what Keith One Time Thurman was out here doing. Running from motherfuckers and shit. Dodging interviews and not even making appearances no more. He still ain't acted like himself ever since then, man. Especially when Shawn Porter called him out. But after the Luis Collazo body shot, he was acting humble. And then Porter called him out. And then he went into hiding. He started acting completely different. You know, I miss the old Keith Thurman. The tough guy. The one that was loud and talking all that shit. This motherfucker ducked Virgil Hunter too. Because Keith Thurman was saying that I would knock out Amir Khan and his trainer. And his trainer is Virgil Hunter. And then Virgil Hunter came back and was like, I grab that motherfucker by his ponytail and break his neck. Guess what Keith Thurman came back and said? Look, man, I'm fighting the fighter, not the trainer. You know, the same way he trying to talk the shit to Porter and shit. I'm fighting the fighter, not the father. But no, motherfucker, you's the one that said I'd knock him out and his trainer. You the one took it to that level. Virgil Hunter wasn't trying to fight you. It was Keith One Time Thurman talking all of that shit. And then he backed down from this 62-year-old man. He might be older now. He was 62 at that time. He might have beat the shit out of Keith Thurman. We just don't know. Might have choked that motherfucker out. I guess he knows some kind of old school techniques or some shit. He was talking about all kind of crazy shit that he would do to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was looking bothered as fuck when he was responding to the shit. But you was talking about knocking him out though. That's Keith One Time Thurman for you, man. He don't give a fuck. He'll duck whoever the fuck he want to duck. He'll cherry pick whoever the fuck he want to cherry pick. Shawn Porter eventually caught up to his ass the day before the Mayweather fight. But Porter was trying to call out fucking Keith Thurman for a while. But Keith Thurman wasn't having it, man. And then, you know, they ran into each other and shit. And now, I mean, we gotta wait all this fucking time, man. The motherfuckers faced off on 9/11. Here we are, late March, waiting for the fight in fucking June, hoping that it come in June, but we just don't know. We don't know with Keith Thurman. He might go through with the fight. I mean, hopefully he do. There's other fighters on that card. So you gonna make them motherfuckers train too? And then pull your fucking whole card out and be like, fuck this shit, man. I ain't about to take no loss. He just might, you don't know, man. That secondary title holder be on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they didn't promote that motherfucker to super champion. I'm glad they didn't. Because he just might have ducked Shawn Porter completely. You know, he won a interim belt when he beat Diego Chavez. Then he got promoted to fucking regular champion through the WBA. They trying to get rid of those fucking belts. And then, I don't know what the fuck happened, but BoxRec done promoted Keith Thurman. He's now the number 2 welterweight. You basically can say number 1 because they still got Manny Pacquiao number 1. And then he retired and Keith Thurman is going to be the number 1 welterweight in the world. And then, you know, if they would have promoted him to WBA super champ, who knows? He just might have just said, fuck it, man. I ain't about to risk this shit. I'm number 1 welterweight in the world. I'm the motherfucking real WBA champ. I fight whoever the fuck I want to fight. But we got this fight coming up. And I already feel like, you know, Keith Thurman's going to bitch out of the fight. But it'll be nice to see the actual fight. You just never know. With Keith Thurman, he might go into fucking hiding. He might change his number. He might stop making appearances. He might pull a fake injury. You know them airbags be beating his ass up, especially to the body. That's what Keith Thurman be doing out here, man. He be getting fucked up by fucking airbags and shit. And then you getting fucked up by over-the-hill Hispanic fighters. You know, after you called him over the hill and then you got fucked up by him. You know what I'm saying? But that's Keith Thurman for you, though. One time. Once upon a time, Thurman. Once upon a time, he'd knock your ass out. Now, this motherfucker trying to cherry pick older fighters, man. He was trying to cherry pick. He was cherry picking all of the motherfuckers that he fought in his last 5. All fucking middle-aged Hispanic fighters except from one 40-year-old fighter from France. That's what he been doing, though. But he's supposed to be the boogeyman. You know, give it some time. And all of these motherfuckers get exposed eventually. All of them. All these fucking hype jobs. They be acting so fucking tough, man. And then when it come down to it, they start acting scared. What's going on, man? If you fucking so tough, you calling out all these motherfuckers, then why is you acting scared of certain motherfuckers? And then you want to fight other motherfuckers. Fight all of these motherfuckers. But they all show their true colors in the end. And 9 times out of 10, the loudest one in the room ain't gonna bust a fucking grape. And Keith Thurman, he ain't gonna bust a fucking grape neither. Because he was the loudest one in the room. And then he ducked Errol Spence. And then he ducked Virgil Hunter. I mean, that shit is a joke. But he did say he would knock Virgil Hunter out. And then he gonna say, I'm fighting the fighter, not the trainer. But you talking about knocking him out. And then you trying to duck Shawn Porter, a fighter who already done took a loss to Kell Brook. And you refuse to call out Kell Brook. Why? Because you scared of Shawn Porter. So, of course, you going to be scared of a fighter that Shawn Porter got beat by. Of course. But I'm looking forward to this fight, June the 25th. Don't miss it. I'm Travis Gotti. Thank you for tuning in to Travis Gotti Boxing. Subscribe.
I gotta quit fucking with you. I gotta quit fucking